lovies, happy Tuesday. How we doing? What a couple of days it has been. Monday and Tuesday in our world. So I wanted to come on and I wanted to, I know this is like a little impromptu, but I wanted to see your face. Okay? So we're together. We're all together again. We're here. We're here. And I wanted to go over the Vanity Fair article. I can't figure out. I'm like 4 minutes late because I was trying for the life of me to figure out how to pull it onto the computer. It's not happening. Okay, so I had written notes and we'll go through it together. Then I wanted to have a moment of family therapy for us to just, we'll maybe do that first. Just talk about our feelings from yesterday. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely needed to sit with myself, had my pearls on, and I just said, okay, we're going to be fine. All right. Auntie Deb did a video, guys, and I legit should have wore a panty liner because the hysterics that Auntie Deb had me in, I was unwell. Okay. Like, how much did you actually feel like your parents got into an argument and you were like, wait a minute, but what did I do? But those are all things that happen. And as much as we are going to say anything about how you feel, there are certain things that a pressure cooker brings to a head. The rice was done, and let's get into it. You guys tell me, I'll tell you. We'll feel all our feelings. We love each other's faces. And at the end of the day, we got each other's backs, no matter what. All right? Okay. Here we go. Hi, Patricia White. Hi, Lovey. Nice to see you. And oh my gosh, are you Emily, Papa, and Nana? So listen, if you know me, right? My Nana Phyllis, she's my human, and Papa, well, Grampy was my grandfather, but my daughters call my father Papa. So I'm like, oh my God. When he ever said, we got to get into it, because it was so incredible after, like, when you need to decompress. If you've ever seen, or if you have a dysfunctional family who loves each other and hates each other, you know what that is. We all grew up. I'm Irish, Italian, and Catholic. Are you shitting me? Okay. I like to eat. We have family members that we can drink, we can eat, and we can fight. So if nothing else, we bring the passion, baby. Oh, look at my Romy, my lover Romy with cheese. Girl, you blacked out? All right, Romy, I'm bringing us back. We're going to stop spinning on those rings of Saturn, and we're coming back to where we belong. Planet Earth, Puncha Proctor, because that's what it's all about. No punching each other. Okay. Oh my gosh. Jen O, 1,000,000%. I literally and that's how I deal with things too, guys. That even if it's I think maybe being a nurse, being a mother, being, just the human that I am, it is 100% that I have to after I have to laugh about it. Because if I don't, or I have to be like, was this not? What are you doing? I wanted to FaceTime you immediately, but I also knew, shut your goddamn mouth, Kimberly. He said, Auntie Deb goes, Nurse Kim's one of our older cousins. Yeah, bitch, but I'm not able to be up at the table. Okay. You can't put me at the table of Thanksgiving. I was like, no. You're my best friend from out of town, babes. I can't do that. Oh, Mimi, you think more Italian. I love it. Oh, and the article. Yes, the article that we had in Vanity Fair, part 1, guys. I was so pleasantly impressed. I learned things that I didn't know previously. Remember, though, I'm out of the loop. Who am I? I'm just a bit of a knucklehead. So I don't know shit about shit sometimes. I know medical stuff, but like behind the scenes, what's going on, I don't have connections to anything. So this was enlightening. And I really had specific areas where Karen knocked my socks off with amazing information, in my opinion. Oh, Patricia White. See, this is what it is. Okay. And also, sidebar, I want to start with this. Okay. I want to start with this. Who knew that myself, all right, Nurse Kim, Sean McDonough, and Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks, we are all lefties? Shut your mouth. Do you know only 10% of the population are lefties and we're all friggin' southpaws? Are you? What? I used to say that's because I'm the only one in my right mind. Okay. All right. So, and just as a daughter and being like a people pleaser and being somebody who is, tries to be a peacemaker in my family, like I was just sitting there being like, I was like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't make it weird. But things sometimes, Papa took it. All right. And I almost, when Auntie Deb said, I was doing 8 lines of Sean McDonough because he was 8 minutes behind. I literally was like, I was verklempt. I clutched the pearls. I couldn't. He said it felt like he had been at a rave, right? And you feel like you're zooed. Like last night, guys, I had to lay on the couch. I knew I was going to have absolutely muffed up dreams. Are you shitting me? Remember the dream I had when I thought I was like a droid, or not a drone, up in the air above 34 Fairview? Last night we were actually at family dinner. We were at it was Sunday dinner, and we were all together, and we actually were all related. Okay, so that was just, send me to actual therapy. I should call a professional. BetterHelp.com. I am not sponsored. Okay, get a life and try to live it. Oh, hello, Auntie Deb. Absolutely. Listen, Auntie Deb is everything. I was so thankful because I think Auntie Deb was all of us, right? And we all just like he just took care of it and just brought that much needed little bit of levity in a situation that felt like we literally just watched our parents just get into a little bit of a jam. Okay. So, all right. What I wanted to say about this, I just want, on a serious note, is that, Sean McDonough, to me, Mr. Sean McDonough, it has been a friend to me since day one. He was my first friend at all on YouTube. I had never done a YouTube, and he invited me on in March of 2024 before the trial started for Karen Read. And, he had me on as a medical professional panel, and he has been nothing but supportive. He has been nothing but kind. He has been nothing but a real friend in real life for me. And I support and I stand with El Jefe. Okay. And what sometimes we have to realize is that our feelings and emotions, and I think for guys specifically, like for girls, like I was just thinking to myself, Sean, if I knew that you were struggling, and I did know about his brother's passing, and I know that he's had, the hurricane, Milton just went through, Helene and Milton. Sean is a very strong man, respected. I admire him. I look up to him because he has his input and his experience and knowledge, guys, is invaluable. He has taught me things about his job, about his performance, about, how he navigated for almost 30 years in the DEA. And I just have the utmost respect for him. And that's all I'm just saying is 10 toes down. I respect Mr. Sean McDonough, and I will continue to always support, love, and that is all. And then as for it going a little bit high emotion because he is always on a 10, right? He is always like the best to do it. In my humble opinion, Sean has the best streams to watch, to engage with, like to feel, he's a real one. Okay. He is just, that is him. And I just knew that he was going into it, with a mission because he had felt that he had taken about enough, right? And we all get there, babes. All of us get to a point, and especially when you've never been anybody in the public, I struggle with it too. I'm just a nurse. I'm just a mom. And I have an entire other career that pays my bills and is my health insurance and that my family depends on. And when people try to come for me and like try to say that they're going to hurt me and that they're going to this and that because I have a different opinion than them, it affects me negatively, right? But I can't imagine or put myself in the shoes of my friend Sean McDonough when he's done this for how long, right? He's doubled this. I didn't make my first TikTok until January. January of 2024 was my first TikTok of the Karen Reed and the unthinkable death of Officer John O'Keefe. And, he's done that for a year before. Then you put in another alpha male. Who is that? Turtle Boy, who has literally gone to jail, served 60 days in prison for a cause and for what you believe in. So at the end of the day, I tip my hat to anybody in our space, all of the creators that are putting, ourselves just out there for everybody to shit on, to be kind, to do whatever you want. You're in the driver's seat, right, guys? And we are just here for, to take however it comes. So, and at the end of the day, the other person that I just, very much respect and super want to get into tonight on the Vanity Fair is Karen Reed, because Karen Reed continues every day, babes, to fight for her life. Every day. Every day she wakes up, she's fighting for justice for Officer John O'Keefe, and she is fighting for herself. And this quote, which was like top tier, in my opinion, was, and I could picture her saying, right? Like what did Proctor say? A weird Fall River accent. Proctor, we got a little something, a little double whammy, punch a Proctor of a Fall River accent. But when he said, I lied, when Karen said, I will go to jail for something I didn't do before I will plea out, I will never give them that win. And that's when I said, 10 toes down, baby. 10 toes down, Karen. Oh, hi, Lulu Bell. How are ya? And Karen, yes, absolutely, Lovey. And this is it. Just Chrissy the crony. She knows we are a family and get overwhelmed sometimes, but Plevin ain't family. No, he's not. He's not my family, the little crapper. All right. It's being just a crapper to me. So no, definitely not. And what did we got to? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Mary Malaki. I appreciate you. And absolutely. There we go. Debbie Blair says absolutely for Karen. All right, babes. So, Kim, what's in your pocket? Oh, see, I carry these around, Kerry, in case anybody likes to get fresh. Okay. I say, oh, look, I just found a little something. Oh, a little something for you. All right. Don't make me take it out. That bird is always traveling with me in a pair of dungarees. Okay. So, yes, here we go. This is it. Jen O knows it all. And this is where I wanted to go with this tonight, guys. First and foremost, we knew from the Vanity Fair article that Karen is in possession of the carpeting from 34 Fairview. Whoop! Didn't have that on my bingo friggin' card. Putting it in a temperature controlled storage unit, which, mind you, Officer John O'Keefe's evidence and clothing was not in a controlled temperatured environment and, storage unit. But I'm glad that Karen put the carpet in. Okay. $5,000 per one, let's get this right, okay? One swab. And Lord only knows, babes. I don't know. Nobody well, actually tell me in the chat. Do we know how large this carpet is? Like, is this like an 8x10? Was it a small, was it a large carpet? Are we looking at a 20x30 area? If so, this is going to be insanity for pricing. Secondly, my old co-host, still my co-host, still love him, Dave Cullinane, he had guessed earlier on, we had done like a TikTok or a live on YouTube. I don't know where we were, but he had said to me that he thought that the costs that Karen had accrued, this is before, half-asses went to supper. All right. Because he was the half-ass. I think El Jefe was definitely talking about Dave. But he said that he thought that the cost was about $5 to $7 million for Karen's legal expenses. And I go, what are you talking about? I go, it can't be that much money. I was thinking maybe 2, right? I was like 2.5 million. She's wrong. Okay. Karen already has a bill of $5 million doll hairs. So I'm going to tell you this. I clutched my pearls and clenched my butt hearing that. And as soon as I am done, I'm posting on all of my videos are going to have the defense fund. And I think I'm going to pull a page out of LTL Brian's book and do at least several streams that I give. I'll give whatever we get for our super chats as soon as I start getting the money, because you all know that I am still waiting to be approved. Any money that has been given to me, I am so thankful for you, lovies. You are the best. You are my actual best friends from out of town. I love your faces so much. And I cannot believe that any of you pick up my FaceTimes. But I am still waiting for the government, or not the government, YouTube, to approve me to say, Broad, we can actually send you money. Because they said that they sent an address thing. I never got the PIN. So if I don't verify that, then you can't get the money is stuck in the computer. Okay. But we're going to do that. And shall we have to, I don't know, sell feet pics, bitch? I don't know where we're going here. Okay. But we've got to figure out something, because $5 million, I can't. I blacked out just trying to wrap my brain around it. So, what do you guys think? Wait. Oh, okay. Here it is. Wait, they find the rug from the house. Mac D, yes. Karen has a rug from 34 Fairview, right behind me, right behind this creepy zombie motherfucker, Trooper Proctor, right back there. She got the rug from where there was they reconditioned it, not reconditioned it, but they did an upgrade because there was issues allegedly that said there was a leak in the basement, and then they, oh God, what is it called? Renovated it. There she's going. It's coming together. She renovated it, or they renovated it, the new owners, and Karen has that and has the rug in the climate control. Okay, listen, we'll do it all. Let's talk about yesterday. Oh, Stephanie, Stephanie, tell me your thoughts, babe, and I will tell you as well. And what do we got here? Baby Fishmouth, aka Mia Beto. I was just going to say you could use that as a Halloween decoration, Nurse Kim. Absolutely. Uh, love your idea, Kim. Yes, babes. And yes, Angela says it. Here's how she got the rug, babes. The new homeowners were redoing the home. Yes. And Chrissy the crony says, let me get a petty and you can have as many feet pics as you want. Listen to me. I don't mean to be a little bit of a weirdo here, but earmuffs for anyone who's sensitive. I think that, yes, we could get a petty for it, but additionally, some people, I think there's like a thing for like, not so great looking feet. Okay. I look like I could start I could Fred Flintstone some shit. I got a large yabba dabba doo. I could start with my big toe, So let's hope that there's a couple Flintstone finders, okay, looking for feet. Tip it up. Oh, all right. And Mary Malaki said, I haven't read the Vanity Fair piece yet. I hope Nurse Kim will touch on a few points. Mary Malaki, for you, I will, babe. Okay. And Mary Flynn, it's I'm abnormal. Okay. We don't know why I do this. Maddie Wags, I love you. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, love a Romy with cheese. She's coming in hot. Something big is coming. I can feel it in my bones. I know that sounds batshit, but something is going to happen. Love a Romy with cheese. You know how I feel about that. Okay. There's nothing batshit about that. We are women. And I'm men. If there's any, I probably have 2 men in here. God bless you. We have intuition, right? We have we know when we're feeling like shit is about to go awry or something is coming down the pike. You know it. I know it. You've had a couple instances in your life where you've been on the money and felt your spidey senses that were saying, Mayday, bitch. So if you're feeling it, Lover Romy, you know how to get a hold of me. Oh, Mike. Hi, Kelly. Kelly Reed. She says, Turtle Boy reported on X that he drove by, saw the cop at his van, called Karen. She called her PI, and that's how they got the carpet. Oh, that is incredible, Kelly. Look at that. This is what we do. We are, collaborating, and now we know. Okay, and then Daniel Sheehan, sorry, Daniel, you're taking the heat. Oh, sorry that you had to hear everything that I just said. Why didn't the UN let countries that sold bread into the group? They didn't accept enough donations. Okay, sounds great. Love you, Joe. Okay. And he posted it on okay, all right, guys. But some people aren't on the Twitter. Also, sidebar, I need to get off the Twitter. Do not allow it anymore. Yes. Absolutely. Jen thinks we're out of our minds. This is what we do. Listen, we've got to just have it with each other. We are here as a space to say, hey, listen, we are who we are. Take it, leave it. We don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, we stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And you guys know where I stand. I believe 100% in my heart, in my soul, in my bones that Karen Reed did not strike Officer John O'Keefe, causing mortal injury and leading to his subsequent death. She didn't do it. Okay, and CN says, yes, we have intuition and connect to things that actually happen. Agreed, babes. It is. And listen, when I was talking about those couple of things in my life, those couple of times that I get so bullshit at Kevin when he says, because a couple of times I tried to go into his chat and I would try to watch and be like, what is the other side thinking? Right? This is early on. And he would say, I would write that Karen waking up and saying, I think that John was, like hit by a plow, or if something was said along those lines, is he dead? Or, I think he's not here. He's not here. Those things are real. It's real. Maybe you don't know this, but as an Irish and Italian broad, mother of two, okay, if my teenage daughters don't call me, or I've called them 10 times, it's never been 10 times because no one would have a phone. But if I've called them multiple times and they don't answer the phone and they're not with mom, okay, you know what I do? I immediately go to, God forbid, and this is not normal. I really, have anxiety terribly, but I have thought, like, is somebody in a ditch? Are you dead in a ditch? My Nana used to say. And that is where I first go. The couple of times that I have had incidences, babes, that like things have really gone wrong, I have been sleeping in a sound sleep. 3:32 a.m. on October 18th, 2004, I got a phone call and I was awake before the phone call happened. And I knew what the call was. Just let that sit there, okay? For 1 second. And don't tell me, because in his chat, the people would say to me, well, you should be sent to I got to go to Tewksbury State. Give this bitch a grippy sock vacation. You know what I say to that? I say, maybe you could have a little bit more understanding or compassion for others. And I wouldn't wish anxiety or like that feeling that comes over you on a damn soul. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Okay. So I pray you never have to feel that. I pray that you don't have a panic attack and feel like an elephant is sitting on your damn chest. But it sometimes happens. Oh, thank you so much, Sherry D. I really appreciate you. Yeah, there it is. There it is, Mrs. Ash. It's a mother's instinct. Oh, or a loved one's instinct. And it's just, you don't have to be a parent, but like it just like that fear or that pit in you, like when it's activated, babes, it is activated and you can't shut it off. You try to shut it off, but it's there. And for you to make somebody seem like they are guilty, or for you to make somebody seem like that they're not right because of them having that moment, that's shitty. That's shitty. And because I don't think or feel the same way as you, doesn't make my way the incorrect way to react or respond, in my opinion. Oh, participate and speculate. Totally. You get it. Like, everybody gets it. I know. And Mary Flynn, that is ever since I had my kids, right? Sorry, sidebar. But when I had my daughters, like my oldest, she slept so well. God gave me the false sense of security that I was doing this damn thing, right? I had 2 daughters, 10 and a half months apart. Stop it. Irish twins, literally both in the year of our Lord, 2010. I had my oldest daughter in February, my baby in December. So, anywho, I have Mia. Oh, well, I have my oldest, and she would sleep like when the day she came home from the hospital, she slept all night. I said, "Oh my Lord." I had to wake this baby to give her to feed her. And I was like, this parenting thing, stop it. I was like, why doesn't everybody have 14 children? We should all have farms, okay? Like we should all buy land. So, anywho, I was bravely mistaken because then I had my baby and she didn't sleep for an entire year. Humbled. She ate humble pie. And she was a wild woman. My youngest daughter would literally be up all night long and she would sleep all day. I did everything. She was colicky. She had a rough go of it for the first year. But my oldest was like, she was so easy, like textbook, just an angel face. But that's when I started to get the anxiety because I was nervous and I would be like, is she okay? Is she okay? Because she wasn't calling me that she needed me that like as frequently as I was thinking it was going to be every 15 minutes. And then and then the baby came. Hi P, nice to see ya. Oh, and it's always, isn't it? Isn't it always that second child, that feral little woman? Oh, she's incredible. Yes. Oh, oh, at Rome. Oh, Jen was talking about someone spending their life on Twitter. Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's get into Vanity Fair. And we're already at 8:24. I'm gonna get us off at 9 o'clock, but I just wanted to like touch grass together. Okay. We had to punch a proctor a couple of times together, but that's it, and go over what I thought, and then you guys tell me what you think about these points. So the Vanity Fair article, part one. We were giving it for free. If I have to pay, we're gonna have to pay for this tomorrow, I'm sure, right? For part two. Because you roped me in, you sons of guns. Okay, listen, I'll try to get it. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get it out there. But Karen, I liked the quotes, and this was the first quote that I loved. It said, "Other than feeling wrongfully prosecuted, I feel incredibly violated." And I was like, yeah, you do, babe. Yeah, you do. Because not only had Karen had the police come to her house. Do you remember in the Dateline interview when they like surrounded her house, guys? And she was sitting there as a single woman. What did you think Karen was going to do that you needed that many officers to apprehend her? Did you think that she was going to overpower you with her 98-pound self? Okay. Did you think that she maybe had like, weapons of mass destruction? Like, what did you think was going to go on that you needed that many people at your house? All right. Then she also had them come another time when she had to go back for the second in June when the charges were upped, but we'll get there later. I just feel like she has been violated for her civil rights. I feel like she has been violated in her privacy. I feel like she has been violated in this prosecution every which way you could be, in my opinion. And I think that it was interesting to find out that we knew that her phones were seized on January 29th. She readily handed it over. Nothing deleted. Reminder, nothing deleted from Karen Reid's phone. Then her phones got taken again, related to the allegation of collusion with Turtle Boy and the bullshit about her being involved somehow in witness intimidation charges. And then we know, though, you took her phone again, and guess what, guys? There was a no true bill. Okay. We know that the Commonwealth and most states in the United States of America will indict what? A ham sandwich, but they couldn't even find spam in this bitch. And no one who is a Commonwealth supporter will acknowledge even this no true bill. So anytime somebody says to you, if you're on the Twitter, try not to be, but if you got to fight, ask them when they say that, oh, Karen and Turtle Boy, Karen and Turtle Boy, Karen and Turtle Boy, what? Because they got Stugatz, nothing. It was Chinatown, as our friend Mr. Mark Betterow would say. So there is nothing there, because if there was, you bet your ass that Karen Reid would have had additional charges, and so would have Turtle Boy. And they would have wanted her to roll over and just give up and no longer fight this and make a spectacle of the Mass State Police, because that is what she's done. Embarrassed the shit out of them. And they should be, in my opinion. Okay. So I found this very interesting, guys. This was another point that Karen said, that not only had they gone into like all of her records, but they subpoenaed her family's financial records. And I need to talk to Mr. Mark Betterow about this, because what in the Christ did they have any right to be looking at, either if it's Mr. Reed, Mrs. Reed, anyone else's financial records? That feels like such an overstep and an overreach of like their judicial abilities. Like, I don't understand. What does it matter what your father makes or what anybody has? Like, to subpoena a family's records, their financial records, feels incredibly disturbing to me, and I don't like it. Yes. I absolutely, Lex. She said, agree, Kim, 100. And this is it. Darcy says they have zero boundaries. Agreed. And then Kate says they want to see how much they have so they can determine how long they'll have to fight this. Total shitbags. Well, I got something for you, and it's one of these, okay? Oh, she found it in her pocket. But Commonwealth, I just wanted to tell you, you know what you didn't anticipate? You didn't anticipate the entire world to see who the fuck you were. Pardon me. I'm so sorry, guys. I am sorry. I'm wound up. Mercury's in retrograde. I'm going to clean up my act. But you didn't expect for all of us to see this for what it was. We're not tinfoil morons. We're educated. We are caring. We are compassionate, and we care deeply because we are aware, very acutely aware, that we could be Karen Reed any day of the week. And we continue to fight for Karen Reed in order for us to fight for justice for Officer John O'Keefe. Do you hear me? You didn't anticipate that when you were trying to bleed Karen and bleed her family. So that's why, guys, when we say, we're joking, but are we, about, potentially feet findering, or, when we have to do I see that the popcorn sale is back up and the defense fund. This is not a drill. We got 5 bands, $5 million that needs to be paid. And I know damn right well that all of us are working hard and that, inflation sucks ass and we're all doing these things. But if you have $5, if you have anything that you feel comfortable with and that you could part with, I know that every single time $5 is given, $5 is appreciated so much because she's that much closer to not feeling the elephant on her chest every single day, which she's gonna have to feel until this is over. But if we can continue to help, babes, we are making a difference and helping Karen. We are helping the Commonwealth. And most importantly, we are helping in preventing Officer John O'Keefe's real cause of death and the real circumstances need to be uncovered. Karen also said this in the Vanity Fair article, babes, that sent me to another dimension. How do you think that a woman is guilty if she said this? Watch this. Okay. Karen told her parents, this was at the end of the article. I'm sorry, I'm going out of order. She's blacked out. Okay. Karen told her parents, if I did anything in any way, I'll pay my dues. That's how this should work. I want to know the truth, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. For anyone who has said that Karen Reed would not accept accountability, needs to just, shut up and belly up to the bar and take the lashing that she needs to. How about fuck off kindly? Because you don't think that Karen is looking for, no matter how this cookie crumbles, the truth is what matters. And for her to say, I'm willing to go to jail. What if it was me? I'd be willing to do that, but I didn't do this. That's an innocent woman. Oh, what was Kelly's idea? Yes, ask Bob. She does. And Lex says, and the truth shall set you free. If nothing else, guys, that is it. That is all we seek. That is all we are looking for, is the truth. To get to the bottom of this, in order for us to help seek justice for Officer John O'Keefe. I'm sad that anyone might feel that he has been lost in the shuffle, because I don't care that no matter what, or how many emails or how many direct messages that I've gotten that have said the O'Keefe family don't want your prayers. We all still pray for him, and we all still pray for those kids every day. So, I'm getting my period. Don't make it weird. Okay, let's go. We're gonna do that. So then we found out that additionally, she said, this was a big one for me, guys. Like, so you remember that Karen and John dated when it was 2004. They met at a party in Braintree. It was Kristen's birthday, and she was with like a couple of her friends, and she ended up dating him, of course, right? And like John was cute as a button, he's adorbs, I'm sure. I don't know what he looked like then, but he was cute in 2022, so I'm sure he was adorable then. So they met, they dated for a couple of months, and then they broke up. And you know what Karen didn't do when they broke up in their 20s? Act like unwell mentally, or cause any problems for him, because I don't think he would have wanted to reconnect with her in 2020 had there been problems. Okay? So just a reminder. And then also she lets us know that they reconnected in 2020, and that she was able to kind of in the beginning of the pandemic, you go from having like this cute dating relationship with someone, and now it's like on 1,000 speed because it's the pandemic, right? What are we going to do? So Karen immediately jumps into the role of a female caretaker for not only Officer John O'Keefe, but also for his niece and nephew. She was able to rearrange her schedule and be able to do things remote, make lunches, make sure that the kids were doing all of their schoolwork on Zoom. And Officer John O'Keefe was able to go to his job. So, that she seamlessly kind of just fit in with them, right? And she loved them. And I think that it was very important for her to like get across that she was able to be like the fun parent, right? Or like a fun adult figure. She was able to, take them and get nice things, or like a treat, or this or that. And John had to be the one who is that like Irish dad, right? Like he's the one who's the disciplinarian, and that he had the specific like Irish Catholic South Boston, rub some dirt on it, and drink through your problems mindset. And for any of us that have Irish fathers, and in law enforcement, that is our dads. They don't talk about their feelings, and they, just suck it up. Put your big girl pants on. If I'll give you, stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about, right? Like, that's how we were raised. And, as much as we try to change that narrative with our own kids, certain things still slip through, and you've got to teach your kids how to deal with the real world, because it's not easy. It's not a bed of roses. It's not going to be a place that everybody wins. Like, you've got to work hard, and you've got to follow the rules, or things are going to get out of hand. And I think that a lot of people in my family, and I think a lot of us can relate, sometimes have seen alcoholism. 1 in 2 of us have either a parent or somebody in your family that has substance use disorder, and or it just maybe has too much of a social crutch on alcohol, because you can just relax, right? And just like, oh Lord. And certain times perhaps ebb and flow. But it's very, very classic of police officers, and specifically ones who come from the heritage of that are Irish. That's me. So Karen says that both of them were drinking a little bit, like they had an increase in drinking on the weekends. And then she tells us what I knew all along, was that full-faced vixen, Marietta Sullivan, she made out with John. Okay? Aruba happened, babes. I don't care that she said with her cat eye makeup that it didn't happen on the stand. It happened, and I knew it. And I'm also going to tell you this. You want to talk about Karen not being a homicidal maniac, or flipping a switch in her jealous rage. The fact that she didn't knock that little slutty Sullivan right on her ass in Aruba says it all. You're going to tell me that you've been drinking since the morning, right? You were watching the Bama game, and then it's the middle of the night, and the worst thing that Karen did was tell her to go F herself? What would have I done, babe? Would have been, oh, please, earrings off, shell toes on, and let's go. Rock'em sock'em robots, bitch. I would not have ended in like a mutual FU. And I think that majority of women would say like, that doesn't come off as violent or aggressive or crazy or anything to me. So I think that Karen did an incredible job showing restraint, showing maturity, and showing an ability to say, yeah, okay, F off. I'll see you another time. She also let us know in the Vanity Fair article, we knew it, guys, right? We all knew it. Big Neck Daddy Higgins, he was helping Stella get her groove back, okay? He made Karen just, sent her some nice text messages, helped her feel like, hey, listen, I still got stock value, okay? The stock is going up. Check the Dow Jones, bitch. She was ready. And I think that she just needed that, just, for a little temperature check. And then as soon as she realized, in my opinion, after everybody collectively clutched our pearls and watched on 2.0 speed, because we were so cringing reading those text messages between Higgy and Karen, that we all were like, ugh. Who knew he was a stage 5 clinger? And as soon as she saw that, she was like, ew, okay, thank you. Thank you for the 3 days of compliments. I'm good. Whew. And then, this was the other thing, is that I loved this. This was a big part, babes. Oh gosh. All right. We got 15 more minutes. Was the ER note that this girl, right? Miss Miller, she got. Oh my God, I didn't even tell you. I buried the friggin' lead, guys. Julie Miller had a 3-day sleepover at Karen's house. Stop it. You want to talk about unfettered access to somebody who is on a trial, like literally fighting for her life, no lawyers, 3-day sleepover, security present for everyone to make sure that, like, that everything is good outside, inside, everyone's good. I want to know more. Okay, Karen, tell me more. I want to know what happened during the sleepover. Were we doing puzzles, bitch? I want to know, like, did you watch 13 going on 30? I'd watch movies. I'm just saying. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so, but how, all right. So, anywho, she gives Julie the ER notes, and so jealous that Julie got the ER notes. And Dr. Rice said that Karen was actively grieving. She does not believe that she belonged in care, and she just wanted to know what happened to her boyfriend. Babes, I'm sorry. You know what she didn't write? She didn't write, or not her, she didn't write. The doctor, the ER doc, who didn't even remember who the hell he treated, but he didn't write, I hit him, I hit him. She just wanted to know how her boyfriend was. So then she also said that she denied SI, HI, AH, and VH. For anybody who doesn't know that, guys, or hasn't had any psych issues, is that is suicidal ideation, homicidal ideation, visual hallucinations, VH, and AH is auditory hallucinations. Are you hearing things? Are you seeing things? Do you want to hurt yourself or others? All denied. And then when people say that Karen did not care about Officer John O'Keefe's niece and nephew, I just want to let you know that this moved me deeply. And I think that this shows where Karen's mind was in the emergency room while she's there at Good Sam at the same time that Officer John O'Keefe is being pronounced, okay? And she's there for a mental health evaluation. She said, or Justin Rice, the doctor, wrote, Reed worried about her husband, which was Officer John O'Keefe, and their 2 adopted kids. Those kids were in the forefront of Karen's mind while she was dropping her basket. Okay? So tell me that she didn't love those children, that she was saying that, and it was noted in the ER documentation. I'll tell you when it got weird, though. Okay? Let's go into it. It got a little weird after she gets released, after her father, Mr. Reed, has to tell her he's gone. Okay? Officer John O'Keefe did not make it. God rest his soul. Now, they get back to the house at One Meadow. Karen asks to go see the kids. They're standing in the kitchen, and, Karen asks, I guess, allegedly, but per Karen's report, she asked Paul and she asked Peggy, how did John look? Because she's still just in so much grief, in a response of so much grief, guys. And Paul's response allegedly was, he looked to me like he went 5 rounds with Tyson. Spin it. We're spinning on Saturn. Okay. Help. What? Okay. Who's the next person that says something? Well, it's Peggy. And Peggy says, I think he looked like he was hit by a car. Well, those are 2 very different accounts. And if you hear that in the kitchen and you had told Officer John O'Keefe's mother when Kerry Roberts had picked her up and took her to the hospital that I dropped John off. I drove and I dropped him off. And the first thing she says to you is, I think he looked like he'd been hit by a car. Oh, you don't think that that might make you feel so uncomfortable that now not only have you lost the love of your life, your boyfriend, now you have what you think is the people who you thought might wrap you up and love you up in this moment and try to be there with them as we all grieve together. Now you know that your boyfriend's mother thinks that you've done this to him, that you caused his death. But this is before there's been any taillight found, before there's really been anything other than what? A conversation with two witnesses? That is wild. If that was the conversation that went on in that house, I would have felt the exact same way. And you know what I would have said, babes? It's time for me to exit stage left. I am 100% not welcome here. Oh, Lord. All right, babes. Let's see. AB says Peggy is just a now. She's upset, and Paul is all about Paul. And Classic Overthinker says, plus she would be in shock. He had just, or she had just been doing CPR a few hours earlier. Absolutely. She's physically exhausted, emotionally exhausted. Like, literally, when you are in shock, babes, this is what it feels like. This is like you are there, but you are not there. You feel like you are actually like having an out of body experience. Like you're walking in life and you're present, but you're not really there. Don't know if that just made sense, but it's like things are happening around you, but you can't really tangibly put your fingers on it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and Maddie Wags says, and when Karen called Peggy and she said, you just left him there, meaning at the party, she decided it was Karen's fault. That is Maddie Wags, that is 100% the testimony of Kerry Roberts. And that John Sr. had to say, Peg, leave her alone. She's been through enough. Because Karen was in the back of the ambulance. Do we remember? Just saying, that's a lot. Jen, oh, thank you, Lovey. 100% made sense. I love you, Jen. You know, when I squirrel brain, when I do all my wild stuff, I know that you get me. And then we have exactly Courtney Regan. It is the lights are on, but nobody's home. Like you are there physically, but 100% checked out. Okay. And hello, Seize the Day. You are beautiful as well. And Ask Bob said that Karen got involved with low-class people. They were jealous of her. That's a take, Bob. And then we said, Classic Overthinker says, I feel for John Sr. I feel for all of the O'Keefe family. I really, really do. And I feel so deeply for the children because, like, guys, I know that we've thought about this and I know that we continue to think about this regularly. Can you imagine that you've lost your mother, okay, to a very aggressive form of brain cancer, glioblastoma? Your father, 2 months later, has a cardiac event and he is not with you. Your Uncle John is your rock. Okay? He comes through. He is your Superman. He picks up the pieces. He puts us all back together again, changes his entire life so that he can be there for you. Uncle John meets Karen. Oh my gosh, we love Karen. Karen is the best. Karen is an amazing addition to our threesome, and now we have from 3 we go to 4. And this feels like family. This feels like a whole family to us for these kids. And then in one night, your uncle suffers extensive brain trauma, dies from blunt force trauma to the back of his right occiput, right, was where his initial, allegedly, where that started, and a combination of that and hypothermia. Karen finds Officer John O'Keefe with 2 other witnesses, and she goes into shock, goes to a hospital, and by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock that day, you've now lost the second set of people who loved you and were like parents to you. I cannot imagine. And no child and no human should have to go through that amount of loss. I pray for those kids every day. And I pray that they know that they are thought of. Yeah, absolutely. All of their parental figures are gone. So sad. That's like trauma, guys, that no child, and I pray that they are able to really talk to each other and lean on each other. And I know that nobody gets it but them. That's the thing. You realize that, right? No one gets it but them. Not anybody in their family, not anybody's friends. Nobody gets it but you guys. All right, babes, let me just answer. I'm so sorry. I couldn't get through every single thing. But I did want to say that there was one other thing I wanted to go on. Let's touch real quick. Okay. In 2018, there was a Canton resident who talked to Vanity Fair, and she let us know that she was taking out a little friggin' golden doodle, walking her golden doodle. Okay. I'm going to name him Mickey the doodle, Mickey the golden doodle. He's getting a little walkie, right, on Fairview. All of a sudden, Chloe comes out. She comes out and she attacks Mickey the golden doodle. And he is attacked. And I guess that Brian Albert comes to the door. He says, Chloe, right? Chloe goes, boo, boo, boo. She does it. She trots her little ass back in the house. Well, Lady Jane from Canton, the dog owner, takes her dog to the vet. And Mickey the golden doodle, he's bleeding like a son of a bitch, like attacked. And they said, oh gosh, by the looks of this, that it appeared that the dog that attacked Chloe Bird, she may or may not have tried to assassinate this dog, and said that they should call animal control because a report needed to be made. What did she do? Canton resident calls over to Canton Police Department where the animal control lives, right? That's where they're stationed. Well, she leaves a voicemail, doesn't get a call back from the animal control people. Who does she get a call back from, babes? This sent me. She gets a call back from the one, the only Kevin Albert. Allegedly. And this guy, Kevin Albert, says on the phone, what can I do to make this go away? And with that being said, babe, what else would potentially, at any point, you want to do to protect or to say to your family, hey, what can I do to make this go away? I don't know. Where's the stop button? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Oh, and look at Cambry Jade says, I'm not surprised at all. The asterisk holes. Oh Lord. I know, guys. Oh, hi, Brandy. Hi, Lovey. I'm getting off right now, but I'm so happy that I got to talk to all of you. I love, oh, wait, what is it? Oh, here's this. Was the animal control person the same mother ducker involved with Sandra Birchmore? Classic overthinker. I don't know that. I do not know that, but I do know who you're talking about in the Sandra case. Holy bejeez. Wild. Okay, babes, listen to me. I love everything. Oh, look at this. Oh, she's got oh, she's beautiful. Okay. I know that we're going to go over, watch a little Turtle Boy live tonight. I'm sure there's going to be a lot that comes out over there, but I wanted to tell you all that you are the smartest and the prettiest that ever lived. I thank you so much for picking up my FaceTimes when I call, and I love your face. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.